You are listening to Parking Lot Perspectives with Darin and Evan.
And welcome back to Parking Lot Perspectives, episode 31.
31 on this lovely evening at
Lovely
Darin's
evening.
house.
So you might notice behind us we have a new addition. We just went and saw the Fantastic Four.
Get that really close there.
Yeah, get that close.
Wow.
And
Tons of popcorn could fit in
a lot of popcorn. And Evan likes popcorn, so he is pretty enthralled that we have this. So, hey, we just saw Fantastic Four. We had two great people we interviewed that went to the theater with us, Ryan and Chris. I will tell you that this movie is going to be one that, if you're a Fantastic Four fan, you're going to want to watch. Evan and I did not know or didn't talk about it until we got there, that there's been a Fantastic Four movie every 10 years since 1995. That's
and
weird.
You told me that. That is a little weird, maybe on
Very
purpose. But yeah, I think you said it best, and I think even Ryan or Chris said it. I think Fantastic Four fans are going to be happy with this one.
I think they will. I do. So right away, don't forget to click like, subscribe, or follow. Tell all your friends about us. Give us your feedback. We got some feedback the other day, by the way, because we were wearing our hats, and people were like, hey, I've seen your podcast. I got some notes for you. We're like, hey, keep them coming. Okay, so the plot is, it starts right away. There is no backstory on this one. It starts right away.
Love it.
Yeah, I think that is why I think a lot of people like it. Is it gets right into the movie, and the whole focus of the movie is the Fantastic Four, and it's no secret, Vanessa Kirby, who plays Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman, she's pregnant, and
Prego.
So that is the thing. Is Galactus, the main villain, the big guy here, wants Sue Storm's baby, or he's basically going to destroy Earth.
He wants that baby.
Wants it bad. So, so that's the plot. I think.
Not to cut you off, I did not mind them skipping ahead. I mean, the old Fantastic Fours, you see the backstory, how they get their powers, right? You know, the cosmic event. Boom, they skip like a couple years ahead, and they do a flashback. They do like a reel. I like that. It kind of.
I love that you brought that up, because I think that's very key. Because you do see Eben Moss Backrack, who's been in The Bear. He plays Ben Grimm, but I think you're right. You didn't need all that. You just flash back. They showed a few. The way they did it, and we'll talk about cinematography here in a bit, but really good point. You didn't need it. You
didn't need it, and they handled the way that they shot those scenes very well, because for someone who hasn't seen those movies in a while, maybe if you forgot like what happened to each of them, you shouldn't. But if you did, they go backwards just enough. So.
Yeah. So let's talk about the cast. I would say that I think this cast legitimizes the Fantastic Four.
Perfect.
I
Way
think
to explain that.
They Pedro Pascal plays Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, one of the smartest men in the world. Vanessa Kirby plays Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman. Eben Moss Backrack, I think that's his name. It plays Ben Grimm. He's the guy that's been in The Bear. Joseph Quinn, who was in Stranger Things, was in Gladiator 2.
Yes.
Great actor. He plays Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. Ralph Ineson has been in a lot of things. He plays Galactus's voice.
Yes.
And it is quite.
He was in Nosferatu.
Yes.
For those who saw our episode there.
Yep.
He has that deep voice.
Julia Gardner plays Shalabal, or the Silver Surfer. I think we'll go over each one of these. I think it was good. Natasha Lyonne shows up in this film. She plays kind of like Ben Grimm's kind of maybe possible love interest.
Wait,
Paul.
Hold on. She is an American Pie.
Not the same redhead you're thinking, though.
Jessica.
Oh, my God. You're out of
called
control.
it.
Paul Walter Hauser plays Harvey Elder, or the Mole Man. Another movie with Sarah Niles in it. Sarah Niles is from Ted Lasso. We've seen her.
Yeah, she was in one of our last episodes.
I was just going to say, what the heck?
F1.
F1. She was in F1.
Plays the mom, Bernadette.
That's right.
Big shout out to Matthew Wood as Herbie. Like that little character, that robot.
Yep.
Great job.
So, what did you think about the main four characters? Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Eben Moss Backrack, and Joseph Quinn.
They were fantastic. They really were.
Really?
Pedro Pascal has been in a lot of things. Are they overcasting him in certain movies? Sure, but this one, he nailed it. I think he plays that know-it-all, but in a way, just very brilliant mind, but also very caring. You see the dramatic side of his character. He does that really well. Vanessa Kirby blew me away out of all four of them, though. I think she did a really good job.
She has done quite a few things.
The Crown.
She was in The
Crown.
Fallout
too, as well.
That's where I remember her, as in Fallout.
Yeah, so she's been around. And I think just her acting style, again, there's certain dramatic scenes, and her and Pedro together just were a good blend.
Yeah, that's why I think it
fulfill
legitimized
that married couple, and it legitimizes everything about them. And then Ben Grimm,
Eben
Moss Baccarat. He, out of all the things, the best one.
So we were talking about that on the way home from the theater, that this is finally the first time I felt they did a really good job with the Thing, Ben Grimm. I mean, the CGI, but you wouldn't know it's CGI. The way his eyebrows moved, his chin. I just thought it was very well done. More importantly,
facial hair's growing.
Facial hair. More importantly, his tone when he spoke, I thought was really well done, and it didn't make it like Michael Chiklis played the Thing in, I think, the first one, Fantastic Four, and he would break stuff, and it was just, they make Ben Grimm a person. They don't make him.
That's a great way, because you almost forget that he's the Thing, and in a way, the characters who do play him, the actors who play it, that's the whole point, right? He looks at himself in the mirror. He's like, oh, I look like this. It's almost, it's nice. It's bittersweet that you almost forget that he's the Thing.
Really good
and he's
call.
just playing, almost like a human as he is. And then Joseph Quinn, Johnny Storm.
Evan is a huge fan.
I was in the car with you on the way home. I say it all the time when I see him and stuff. So thankful he was in the Stranger Things and really took off his career from there.
Yeah. He plays really good comic relief in this. I think he adds, and it's not cheesy. I think it's very well
not
done.
Over the top like Chris Evans back then, and the old four.
The old four, the old four. And Ralph Ineson, his voice, man.
I wonder. We'll look it up. I'll maybe put it on the screen, but I wonder if they were just looking for a deep voice for this one.
I'm sure. So it's funny because the one thing Evan and I talked about was that we disagreed on was Galactus. But I also think Evan, right? I don't think you said you read the books at all. So Galactus, to me, I thought was phenomenally well done. I mean, imagine this, but about 3,000 times bigger. But the way it was shot, the way he talks, it's great. Last person probably is Julia Garner. You said you saw her in something, or
she's in Weapons.
Weapons, that's what it is.
And Weapons already has 100% of Rotten Tomatoes. It comes out, I think, next week. Great actress. She's from Ozark. I mean, I knew the talent was there. Again, the same thing with Joseph Quinn with Stranger Things. Her start was Ozark.
Oh, good call.
And if you have not seen Ozark, check it out.
I haven't. That
is her breakout, and this was perfect role for her. I think even my brother Ryan said it. I think she was his favorite character.
Yes.
So
thought that was odd, but okay, it's good.
Yeah, like the surfboard.
Director Matt Shakman. I would tell you what Evan and I looked up. This guy, he's not really done too many movies, we don't think, but he's done a ton of big TV shows. WandaVision, Game of Thrones, The Great.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh my God, right? Monarch, one of Evan and I's favorites. I love Monarch on Apple TV. He did some of those. So I just...
Secession.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I didn't even see that. Yeah, The
Billions.
Boys.
He was
The Boys.
So he is a gem. That's for sure. And I'm glad they gave him the opportunity to do this one because he transformed these characters.
Yeah. Michael Giacchino, I think is his name. He was the composer. He has done Star Trek, The Batman, War for Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Utopia 2. This guy's done some things. Well, let's talk about the score, because it's really more of a score. I don't think there's too many songs that I remember off the top of my head.
Not many songs. The score for the setting, I think it was great. I felt like, for those who haven't seen this yet, it's set in this, back, I don't know.
How'd you say? You said it's future, but shot in the 60s.
In the 60s, but there's futuristic items, without any spoilers, right? And I think the score plays a good part in some of that. If you're in old school Times Square, right, they have the little sounds going and the billboards, which very cool to see. And I know that kind of ties into cinematography, but overall, I thought without any soundtrack, I think it was handled really well.
Cool. By the way, on Rotten Tomatoes right now, this has got 83% critics, or 82% critics, 93% audience. I do think this is the Fantastic Four movie a lot of Fantastic Four fans have been waiting for. So we'll see that. IMDb is 7.5 right now, so it's getting its due. So let's talk about cinematography, because The way it was shot because there is CGI. I mean, you can't get away with it, but the director said he tried to use as many physical things as possible with not doing CGI.
I thought that was really interesting when you said that, because a lot of the times it's forced. I
Right.
feel like CGI, especially in superhero movies, just overdo it, and it's just like you want to enjoy it, you want to enjoy the action, then you're just too focused on how bad it looks. The Flash. But I enjoyed it. The way this was shot, and not to tie into my previous comment, but they did such a good job.
Yep.
It was back in the day, but you have Reed Richards, futuristic. It's just perfect, and I enjoyed it.
And the thing I liked, and I think I mentioned to you, is I don't think they overused their powers.
No, they did not.
Right? They didn't let the CGI in every scene. It wasn't, you didn't see Mr. Fantastic.
And they
get
could have.
stretched. They could have.
They could have.
I love that part because it kept it focused on the story, not their abilities.
Right. The Thing is kind of stuck, but I think overall they shot each of the characters, each of their smaller stories that we did get very well.
So last thing we'll talk about, and then we'll kick it over to Ryan and Chris, who we interviewed. Special effects. Let's talk about it. Because there was a lot of CGI, but there was also some regular special effects.
What was your thoughts of Galactus brought into this? Well, the special effects with him, obviously,
I thought it was great.
A giant in New York.
I thought it was well done because
reminded me of Ant-Man.
Hi, sorry.
I'm serious, like the special effects they used for Paul Rudd. There's scenes where he grows and he's got the big boots walking.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
It reminded me of that a little bit, and I think they did that well. There were some parts that they could have done a little bit better, but I think you said it.
Galactus is the devourer of worlds.
Yeah. Silver Surfer special effects on Julia Gardner, perfect.
Yeah, that was. I think
Loved it.
overall, I think the special effects are really enjoying. You said it earlier. It's not overused. It's not just. It's filled. I think it's intentional the way they use it. I really enjoyed the special effects.
I mean, Joseph Quinn, the flames, perfect. I didn't have any issues with any of that. Sue Storm, the gravity. And then the elastic part of Reed Richards, I think, is always my fear watching these Fantastic Four movies. It just looks terrible. This was okay.
Yep.
I didn't have any issues.
Yep. So why don't we take it? We'll take a little break. We'll listen to Ryan and Chris, get their feedback, and we'll come back.
And welcome back to Parking Lot Perspectives. We're here with Ryan and Chris. We all just saw Fantastic Four. And we just want to get your opinion. 3 simple questions. 1, what'd you like about the movie without giving away any spoilers? 2, if they were to make a second one, what would you want to see different? And 3, what do you think they could have done that they left out? So first. Those are tough questions. So first one, what'd you like about the movie without giving away spoilers?
I thought it was better than any of the other Fantastic Fours. And I thought the best character in this movie was the Silver Surfer. I thought it was well designed, and she played the character very well, if we're talking about best part of that movie.
Chris?
I agree. Definitely the plot was definitely better than the previous Fantastic Four, so I will give him that. Silver Surfer was good. I did like that I want to say 828 is the same planet that Deadpool was on in the previous movie, if I remember correctly. So I kind of like how they twisted that in homage into that. 828. What were the other 2 questions?
Well, we're going to get to them right now. So question number two is, what could they have done different?
I thought there should be more fighting scenes in this movie. I thought more fighting scenes probably would have made it more engaging. I get that it's a first steps, so it's telling a story of the Fantastic Four. I just thought it lacked action, really, to me personally.
Fair enough, Chris.
I feel like isn't the main bad guy Galactus, isn't he big in X-Men? So I feel like they could have had a little X-Men into it. Maybe introduce a couple.
Yeah, okay.
Introduce a couple X-Men.
All right. Third question is, if they were to do another movie, next movie, well, we'd already know based upon the end, it's not a spoiler, that they'll be in Doomsday.
Right.
So what would you want to see different if they did a Fantastic Four movie number 2?
I would definitely say tie it into
The other franchises.
Yeah.
The villains in Fantastic Four are a lot different than the other Marvel movies. Obviously, the main villain in Fantastic Four is generally Doctor Doom. So, I guess pulling him into this kind of movie in part 2 to kind of bring together Doomsday that's coming out at some point here. So giving him a little bit more time on the screen would be cool to see that. But yeah, I mean, I would see it. I mean, that's definitely what I would do. So
Okay. So in case you didn't hear Evan, where he's asking, are they going to tie in the end of the Thunderbolts to the next movie, to
So
the Doom thing?
I'm-
The ending was at the end of Thunderbolts, you had the Fantastic Four ship come into Earth from space.
right, I saw highlights for that. So
So-
yeah, I mean, obviously Marvel does a great job tying in all the movies and everything. So
Agreed.
I mean, you can't take that away from them. They do a great job.
I said I wish they would have
Yeah,
tied that into
yeah,
the movie.
I don't think so.
Tied that ending into this movie.
That would Oh,
I
like
thought
part
they
that
would've-
part of it.
I got you. I
Like
got where you're
showing
going.
them
would've-
flying.
Timeline, yeah, bring it
they
together.
would've
Yeah,
brought it into
yeah.
that Earth.
Well, the last question is on Parking Lot Perspectives. We have a rating scale of 1 to 10, just like IMDb. What would you rate this movie?
I would give it a 7.
Ryan goes with a 7.
Solid.
Solid 7.
He's probably gonna go a little lower than that. So
Chris?
a lot of editing here. Yeah, come on, hurry up.
6.5.
Chris is no longer available on this podcast. All right. So we've got 2 different opinions, but hey, that's what it's all about at Parking Lot Perspectives, getting people to see the movies with us and also give us a different perspective. So stay tuned, and we will talk to y'all later. Thanks, Ryan and Chris.
All right.
Well, that was some interesting feedback from
wow,
Ryan
what a,
and Chris.
what a guy. What a group of guys here.
What a group of
Uh,
guys. They are probably the biggest Marvel nerds.
Yeah, I really enjoyed listening to them, and we did have some conversation after the
Yeah.
interview where Darren and I were like,
Yeah,
Just
I've
comic-
read some of the comic books. These guys are deep.
yes. So
Deep.
we understood that getting an interview with both of them, being big Marvel fans, was,
Yep.
was important. And what did you think? I thought their reviews were spot
I think
on.
they're
a little
spot
bit.
on. I mean,
yeah.
again, that's the great thing that we like about doing Parking Lot Perspectives. We want it to be as big as possible, but we also just love movies, and we like talking to people who love movies like we do. We don't always have to agree. It's funny because Chris loved Thunderbolts, and we're like, "What crack were you smoking when you saw that?" Because Evan and I stand by my review on Thunderbolts. Sorry, I don't think it's even close to this for many reasons. I won't go into it, but
He gave this a 6.5.
yeah.
And I remember walking out with him, and he said, the best part of this movie was the end credit.
Yeah.
And I said to him, you know what's funny? The best part of Thunderbolts was the end credit. So, yeah. Ryan, very impressed with his rating because if you remember, Darin saw a movie with him before, and he actually destroyed the rating
28 days later.
years later.
28 years later.
It felt
yes.
like
felt like
years
days.
later.
And
and
years,
days. But he was actually pleasantly surprised, and we'll get to our reviews sort
Right
of
now?
in the same boat. But
think
yeah,
we're gonna-
I think
I
they
think-
did great. Thanks, guys.
No, yeah, appreciate all your insight, Ryan and Chris, and we will talk at you guys hopefully soon. So now it's down to the bottom, so it's you and I. What's your rating on this movie?
The actors really carried it for me, so I'm gonna stick with a 7. I'm not gonna fall under a 7 here. Good story, really enjoyed it. Didn't need all their backstory. They dived right into this, and I think this is a good first step into the next Fantastic Four movie.
Great reason why your score. So I really love that. I'm gonna give it a 7.8. 7.8, and here's why.
Wow.
IMDb 7.5. I'm looking right at it. 7.8. To me, it's closer to that end because I am a Fantastic Four fan. But more importantly, the story in this one, to your point, the comedy doesn't seem forced. It just, the style, everything about this movie I enjoyed. Is it the best movie ever of Marvel? No. But you know what? For the first time, Evan and I together, I think since, well, we saw F1 in IMAX, but it's been a long time since we've seen a movie in IMAX besides F1. And this, we went to it in IMAX tonight, and
Yeah.
wow. I mean,
It's a good rating. IMDb, just going through a couple of the newest ones, 7 out of 10. Watched the movie today, it was good, but not amazing. The word I wanted to use earlier, retro vibe. It had
Ooh,
the
there you
1960s
go,
retro
there you
vibe, so this viewer here said it. Loved the costumes. We didn't really talk about that. Costumes were great.
Yep.
Visuals. And I think the call out here as well is important. And I said this to you, and you go, well, you don't know the comics or Galactus. His presence just didn't feel strong enough as a villain, and he's this giant
when he came to
When
Earth.
he
But when
was
he's in
free-
space, he's
Yes, scary. Right? You get that
Yeah.
urge to really know what the heck's going on. But when he's there, you're like, that's it. And Silver Surfer, I wish there was more of Silver Surfers.
they might. I mean,
I think no spoilers here, but I think they're getting to that
yeah.
point.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. So.
So
Well, hey, once again, don't forget to click like, subscribe, or follow. We're on all the platforms.
Yes.
We hope that you can give us some feedback. But we've got, again, a lot of movies coming out. We did actually see Happy Gilmore 2.
yes, we did.
We saw it at our friend Joe's house.
We'll have some clips on our TikTok and social
Yes.
media.
So
Check it out. But that was fun. That was a watch
that
party.
was a watch party. We sat there with like 10 of our friends. We watched
till like
it.
midnight.
Yeah, it was very, very fun. So, again, we've got, I think, weapons coming up. We've got Naked Gun. We're trying to see as many as we can. Just a reminder, Evan still works full-time. I'm retired. He's the guy who edits. So we got to be cognizant and help Evan spend his time without doing this.
Unless we start getting paychecks from here.
Yeah, unless we start getting paychecks from Royal Bliss, who would love to sponsor us. I think it's fantastic. Or anyone else. And, hey, shout out John Daly. If you see our Happy Gilmore things with your buddy Joe,
Yes,
don't forget to
we'll
tell
be
your
tagging
friends.
him in the next video. But
Excellent.
yeah, lots coming. We'll definitely post more about it.
Excellent. Everyone have a wonderful time. We will talk at you soon.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.